Hey there everyone, welcome back to the channel. It is Legendary Myrrh Summon Day. Probably not too far off from when the banner debuted. Then that's basically what we're going to do today. Before we do that, I want to be sure to thank members. Thank you, members. I appreciate you and your continued support over here on KCB YouTube thing. Whatever this grand experiment is that I'm doing over here. And by the way, I do have two additional tiers now. So I have a lower tier. It's pretty much just emotes only. And then I have a higher tier that's basically like if you want to help donate more, you can. And then there's the mid tier that's the standard that YouTube forces pretty much everybody to have. That's the normal tier. But if you want to see, maybe you want to join or maybe you want to jump to a different tier, check out link in description. It'll explain all the perks of each individual tier and stuff like that. There's not a lot of diversity in terms, but I just, I wanted to throw that out there. I got interest in people saying I'd like, a cheaper tier and just for emotes when you stream, and I'd like a higher tier because I want to donate more, but you won't let me. There you go. Now everybody's happy. Or you could just stay at the normal tier. That's fine too. Whatever your preference. Anyway, that's enough shilling. Let's get into this, shall we? Fresh account here. Fresh off the dot. There's nothing too appealing outside of blue. Which is basically what we're sticking to. We're sticking to blue. I don't really know if I want to summon outside the colors. It's not that all of the colors are bad. I want to be clear about that. Each color has something good in it. It's just the downside is that I probably will not get that good thing. And I will probably be stuck with whatever the heck I have already in possession of. So I don't think it's worth it for me personally to pull outside of blue. I think Sita is kind of like a long-term merge project. I think she's up to like +2 or 3. I don't remember presently. And then Byleth, Byleth has the good. Like, what do you want me to say? She's got some decent fodder, and it's important. Nice to have that once in a while. So there's really not a downside to pulling blue, but there is a downside to pulling on other colors, and that's why we're pretty much just kind of avoiding them for the time being. I would, if I had to pick a secondary color, like if in a worst case scenario where there's absolutely no blue stones in a circle, and I have to pull outside of blue, I would probably say either green or colorless. Red is just absolutely not gonna happen. I say that, yeah. As I say that, yeah. Yeah, sure, yeah. Makes sense. Anywho, that's, there's been a lot that's been happening in the realm of gacha. Summer Musashi is back in Fate Go, so I did manage to squeak one out for getting that to happen in Fate Go. I don't know how it happened, to be honest with you, but I got her in like 3 10 pulls. I pretty much only pull from Musashi or Skaha. That's pretty much it. But Merlin was also around, so I pulled. I somehow managed to pull. I got really lucky in Fate Go. I'm not expecting to have any luck here today, just to be perfectly clear. But getting exceptionally lucky in Fate Go is much more difficult, I think, than in any other gacha in existence at the moment. So, I'll take my win. I'll take my win where I can get it, I suppose. But I do have Merlin now, which is very exciting. First Hassan is really the only one that I'm after at this point, so Mazel tov to me. What else? What else is happening? Oh, we got it. Yelan is out in Genshin Impact. Pretty excited about that. I'll actually be live streaming that tonight, but you won't know that until it's too late. So if you were there, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope it was fun. I actually forgot to do the pre-download, and by pre-download I mean PlayStation doesn't get a pre-download. So I just straight up forgot when the update was happening. Yeah, so the plan was to go live that night, but my update did not finish downloading until let's try green. The wee hours. I think it was like 12:30 by the time it finally updated. So that was unfortunate, but yeah, I guess that just means that, you know, I have I have a whole extra day of Prima Gems, which I think is almost a pull. So yippee skippy for me. So we will have already, by the time this comes out, pulled for that, and I think the Yelan video from that is already out too. If my content schedule goes according to how I think that it does, it should be out already. So check that out if you haven't seen that. Yelan seems super cool. I did get a chance to test her in the character demo when that dropped, so that was pretty pog. But other than that, you know, it is what it is. I didn't download it when I should have because there was a sale for Final Fantasy VII Intergrade, and I was like, oh, because I'm one of those people who didn't get a PlayStation 5 for like 2 or 3 years, even though I've been on the wait list since like they announced it at E3. Remember when they did those? Remember when they did E3s? Yeah, me neither. Anyway, I signed up for like a long time ago. Never got the pull. Got into a random just general lobby one day, and I got I was like, oh, sick. The problem is that Intergrade used to be a free upgrade for PlayStation 4 owners, which was me, but they stopped doing that after I think the first year. So I basically had to rebuy the entire game just to play the 2 chapters of DLC. But as luck would have it, I logged on the other day and I was like, oh, it was over the weekend. There was a sale, and so it was like 30 or 40% off. I was like, oh, dope. So I bought it again just for the DLC. Was worth, by the way. Was absolutely worth. Final Fantasy VII's big game, big part of my life, for reasons that I won't get into now. I feel like I've talked about it before. Donald doesn't have a Resplendent. That's crazy to me. I still think that's nutty. Anyway, point being, I've been neck deep in Final Fantasy VII Intergrade, and I've loved it a lot. I'm trying to 100% on hard mode now. I'm like close to the end of chapter 1 for that. There are 2 chapters. I don't think that's spoiling anything. Also, it's been out for like a while. We're actually probably due for some Final Fantasy VII news soon, I think. I think some got confirmed for like a future... No, was it for the anniversary? I think it was for the anniversary. They confirmed that there was going to be Final Fantasy VII Remake news, I think. Or just, you know, something along those lines. But I actually have 2 really cool prints of Cloud and Tifa that I want to hang up at some point. Not here, obviously, because we're moving soon. But I've been holding off. Man, we have gotten literally squat diddly, haven't we? I've been holding off on a lot of stuff, actually, because it doesn't make sense to, you know, unpack it, frame it, hang it, and then in 2 weeks take it down, you know. So that is what it is. We're in a bit of a transition period, I guess you could call it, where the owners had rent back, so that their kids could finish schools. I think I've talked about that already. So we don't actually get to move in until later this month. I can say that now because this will be live after June 1st. So later this month we'll actually get keys, and we have a key. But we'll actually be able to like go in and paint and do all that stuff. So there's going to be a bit of a transition, probably for about 9 weeks, I think, between here and there. And so stuff will look different. A lot of the stuff behind you might not be in the new room, unless I really, really love it. I have decided that I think I'm going to pick the prints and the pieces that I really like, and then I'm going to have kind of do like a live stream sort of thing, where I'm gonna let chat decide what gets hung up for the remaining spots. So something to look forward to, I guess. That'll be kind of fun. I haven't done that before. I've kind of just when we moved into this place, I had it was kind of odd because I was transitioning content at the point when we moved in here. It's hard to believe, but we have been in this apartment for like a really long time. And at our last place, I was still doing Pokemon for the most part. So I was kind of in between, and now I just kind of throw up anything I like back there. I mean, you can see there's Metroid, there's Musashi down here, Fire Emblem, obviously everywhere. But yeah, I've never allowed viewers to like say, oh, I really like that, let's put that on. I will potentially have a little corner dedicated to Conrad Kaijusri, friend of the channel, and all of his stuff. I think I own almost every print he's ever done. Like, it's close. It's close. So I'm sure he would be sweating at the thought of all of his prints up. I don't know what it is. I love his work. He seems to want me to put other people's work up, and I'm like, no. No. See this? That's an original. That's an OC character right there. Love it. Anyway, point being, there's going to be a lot of stuff to hang in the new place, and I might have chat help me out, figure out what we're going to put up there. My brother in Christ, are we really saying that 26 polls in, we have gotten literally nothing? Wow. That is actually really sad. I think we're about 100 orbs deep. I think we started at 255. That's something. We're probably pretty high in rates, too. That's... maybe. Yeah, close. That's pretty maybe. Nope. Nothing. Oh, boy. By the way, I still don't have a car. Funny thing about buying cars, it's pretty much as bad as trying to buy a house right now. So, I was talking to Jenna. I was like, you know, we're buying two of the most like expensive, most stressful things that we're ever gonna buy at probably the worst time in history. Maybe not history. Definitely like in our generation for sure. Generationally speaking, it's a terrible time to buy a house or a car. We did both. So we had to put down a deposit, non-refundable deposit, on a car that had been made. There is a VIN number for it. But we don't know when it's getting here. It will just show up one day. Through a dealership, mind you. This is not some like sketchy eBay listing. This is like straight up. Yeah, it was this car, or you know, something. I'm not going to talk about it yet. I may reveal it, and if I reveal it and do a video on it, then it's content, and that means it's a tax write-off, right? I think that's how that works. Correct, future accountants? I mean, that's why people buy content houses, right? That's the mindset. Anyway, point being, this was the soonest available. Sometime within the next 10 days, we're supposed to get it, or we're supposed to get it. It's been about a week, so maybe by the end of this week, maybe by the time this video is live, I don't know. We should have a car. We're supposed to have a car. It's magically going to show up, evidently, and that's how you buy cars right now. Because used ones are basically as expensive as new ones, without, you know, the crash history and stuff. So it's different. I was talking to my dad about it, and he was like, man, I can't believe I can't even think about trying to buy stuff right now. I was like, yeah, me neither. It's wild because, like, you know, he came his generation was like, you know, you go to the local furniture store and you buy a mattress and a box spring, and you know, they deliver it to you, and I'm like, yeah, they had 2 cars on the lot, and their normal on-stock inventory is like 1,500. Yeah, I was like, oh. I don't know why I gave the box spring and mattress example. He used to move furniture. Maybe that's why. It was making a direct correlation in my brain pan about it. But yeah, it's like, dude, if you're trying to buy a car or a house right now, you have my sympathy, because it sucks, dude. It sucks. And you know, we didn't want to have to buy a car. We were like not even a year into having it paid off. I paid it off early, actually, which is pretty hype. Unfortunate. What's worse is I think we got the lowest like cash value amount for the car, even though it was like, I think it was like 7 years old, and it had like under 60,000 miles on it, which is pretty good. Like that's less than 10,000 a year, I think is what it boiled down to. But yeah, didn't really get anything for it, unfortunately. Kind of sucks. But hey, you know, you buy a new house, you definitely have money in the budget for a new car too. It's fun. Birdie! Oh, I have a sick Ferdinand video coming out later this week. If you missed the building of Ferdinand God Ire, you might find that interesting. Were you really about to burn 200 orbs and get literally nothing? Is that really about to happen? Dude, no shot. Seriously? That's crazy. Alright, all blues. Oops, all blues. Close. That's close. The unfortunate bit is I'm going to have to summon again. Just to get in that last one. Wow, still at 3-star, huh? Still at 3-star. Interesting. Almost 12%. Still at 3-star. Curious. Very curious. Please be something. Please be anything. Technically, that is anything. I guess I should have specified, eh? I should have actually specified. I didn't do that. I guess we would be at 12% after this next one, eh? Because that's 40 pulls. Oh, look at that. Convenient. Yeah, I figured about this as much. I thought that this would about be what my luck was ranking at. Oh, calm. That's fun. Get that quick dagger, right? Isn't it quick dagger? Yeah. Sweet. Okay. Well, that was garbage. I'm gonna keep it a stack. That was dumb. Really dumb. I guess I'll go... God, the merge would be so nice, dude. Especially based on how this is going. The merge would be nice. But I guess we'll go for catalog here and just get what we got and be done with it. The thing that I don't really understand about Myrrh is why she has Dragon Wall. Can I get an amen? Her res is not that high. Like, when I was going through and doing the hero tracker on the channel right now, by the way, if you haven't seen it, I looked in at the hero check thing, and I noticed that her res was kind of low. And I was like, oh, that's weird. That's really weird. You know what I mean? Like that's not high. That's not Dragon Ball's level of high, you know what I mean? I guess maybe with like this, that's 6. That'll get you another 5 plus. You know, that's 11. It's still only 47. That doesn't seem like a lot to me. I guess she kind of relies on like a lot of buff to get her res up, which I guess is fine. But natively speaking, there's a lot of better dragons that have Dragon Ball. I'm a connoisseur, if you will, that can just use it, and one of them is even blue. So there's that, I guess. But yeah, you know, hey, whatever. Pull for whoever you like. This is actually gross. That's actually gross. Actually gross. Maybe we'll break that on stream at some point in the next 2 weeks. Maybe. Can't be bothered. I can't be bothered at the moment. Yeah, there's a lot in here. I am going to be doing... Did I do this one? Oh, I didn't. I'm going to be doing some Q&A and summons stuff in the next couple days, so there should be more of those coming up on the channel briefly. That's probably going to do it for me right now. Thank you again to members. I appreciate you so very much for your monthly contribution to me and the channel and the content here. You love to see it. Let me know in the comments how your summon session went. Let me know. It went better than mine, I bet. Hard to beat them odds. But you know, we'll see. Maybe we'll break this raid on stream later. I don't know. We'll see later. Anyway, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, come back for more. And until then, I will catch you next time.